What's up, guys? Dr. Michael Lloyd with Num Num sauce, the new, better, awesome way to eat barbecue. Right? That's it.
It's a healthy alternative to ketchup, mustard, and barbecue sauce.
Mayonnaise. I love mayonnaise.
Well, I ain't thought about the mayonnaise one, but yeah, well, I say a healthy alternative because we compete in the ketchup category, the barbecue sauce category, and the mustard category.
All right.
So we can cut one and create a num mayonnaise.
There you go. Num. Hey, trademark right here. I did it. You only owe me 1% royalty on that. That's it. How'd you get into? How'd you come up with an idea?
Got laid off from a job. Working in pharmaceuticals.
Let's say necessity is the mother of invention, right?
Bro, necessity is the mother of invention, man. Yeah, I got laid off from my pharmaceutical scientist job a month after getting my master's, and I'm like, I'm not gonna let anybody control my destiny anymore.
That's right.
Cause I did the right thing. I worked full time. I went to school to get a master's full time, and I get laid off.
Treated your mind right,
man. I did everything right, and I didn't get rewarded. Oh, I'm gonna fix this.
It's actually the opposite of a reward, right?
You know what I'm saying? So, but it forced me to adjust and pivot, and I said I'm gonna not let anyone have power over me anymore, and so I'm gonna start this sauce business that my great granddaddy had back in the 40s.
Did he call it Num as well?
Nah.
What did he call it?
He called it a barbecue sauce.
Just BBQ.
Facing and Son barbecue sauce.
That's awesome.
You know.
Where's he? Was he from Georgia?
Facing North Carolina. Well, his dad was facing North Carolina, but he was from Georgia, Waynesboro, Georgia.
Cool.
Waynesboro, Georgia,
South
on the
Georgia.
coast,
Yeah.
over there by Brunswick area.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Savannah, Statesboro, over
there.
Yeah,
all that. But he, I guess, grew up in Waynesboro, Georgia. But his son, my grandpa, was born and raised in Daytona Beach, Florida.
There you go.
So that's where I'm from, but Daytona Beach, Florida. But he would travel back and forth from Georgia to Florida because Daytona was a place back in the day where it was more liberal and people of color could vote and stuff like that.
Right.
Had a little more freedom. So he would take people who wanted to get out of Georgia that were kind of being suppressed and hated on and stuff.
Especially South Georgia.
Jim Crow area time,
Yeah.
you feel me? And he would take them to freedom, basically. You know what I'm saying? Going back and forth.
It's funny how those beach towns were like that, right?
Yeah.
Like California and the beach towns were a little more liberal, a little more, freeing.
Yeah, right? Yeah, a little more liberal, and Mary McLeod Bethune was doing her thing with Bethune-Cookman College and everything. So now Bethune-Cookman University now. And so I guess it was more liberal, the Jackie Robinson story and all of that, how he was able to. So Daytona was
Jackie
a little
Robinson,
more.
where my mom was from. Cairo, Georgia.
Yeah,
that's
Georgia.
That's where my mom's from.
Oh yeah,
syrup makers.
Okay, down there in the country.
Yeah. Teresa Edwards and Jackie Robinson.
Wow.
You know who Teresa Edwards is?
That's his wife, right?
Nah, she played for UGA. She went to like a bunch of Olympics. She got Olympic medals, but she played for UGA and then she played overseas. She was a basketball player.
Oh, basketball.
She was
okay.
real good. Yeah. But that's what they're famous. And pickles and syrup, right?
Okay. Okay. No, I didn't know that. I'm gonna have to look that up.
So so you're Savannah State, right?
Yeah, graduated from Savannah State.
You go to Savannah State undergrad, and what made you want to do be a food scientist?
I ain't know nothing about that at the time. No, I went to South Carolina State first.
Okay.
Played football for them under Coach Willie Jeffries, Hall of Fame coach.
Oh, there you go.
And so got in a little trouble. You know what I'm saying? Being a hot boy, coming from Daytona. I had a little hot boy mentality, but I was smart though. You feel me?
Yeah.
Biology major, kept my grades up, but I was, anybody try me, you know what I'm saying? Go to get off on them. So
you give them num hands.
Hands, man. I got some hands. Little guy, but fast and quick, and and everything. So got in a little trouble. Transferred to Savannah State. Finished up my football career there. Biology major. My credits transferred from South Carolina State there, so I only lost like 1 or 2 credits. But graduated. Didn't get a chance to go to play in the pros like I wanted to, 4.3 40, fast guy. Played corner and return specialist, and got a job working in Research Triangle Park doing vaccine development, protein purification. Guy graduated from Savannah State, was living up there, and gave my teacher gave me a reference, got me an interview.
Yeah.
Got on with them, saw how unstimulating it was in terms of mentally, because it's manufacturing.
Didn't excite you, did it?
Nah, it was boring. So I decided to get back in school, got into North Carolina Central for my master's, and studied biology and with emphasis in biomedical sciences. Worked full time, went to school full time. Took about 4 years to get the master's in biomedical sciences, then got laid off from my job. But my grandpa always had food that tastes better than everybody else's. But he didn't teach me on how to make sauce until 2004, after I graduated undergrad and was in graduate school. So I ain't know nothing about no sauce or nothing.
Right.
But I was already in pharmaceuticals, and I was learning academically. And so I'm like, yeah, I want to do this science stuff. I always wanted to be like a doctor or something.
Sure.
But I knew I didn't want to be a medical doctor, because I went down to a med school program, University of Miami, and I realized they couldn't answer the questions I had. So I'm like, no, I don't want to be a medical doctor, but I still like biology. So I didn't know I wanted to be a scientist until working and going to graduate school. But I kept my grades up because I'm intelligent as a jock, as a football player. You feel me?
Well, not a lot of athletes don't feel that way. So yeah.
Yeah, well, putting your eggs in one basket is, you got to hedge your bet on something.
That's it.
But
it never hurts to crack a book and get a little smarter, right?
I mean, I'm inquisitive though. I've always been inquisitive.
Right.
Like, I like asking questions, and if you can't answer my questions, then
you gotta find somebody who can.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, that's how I got into food science, from working in pharmaceuticals and realizing that the drugs we were making were based off of the plant compounds. And once I learned that from developing the drugs and learning biomedical sciences, I'm like, well, if we just cut out this expensive process of controlling the manipulation of the reactions, which is what you're doing in pharmaceuticals, then it's cheaper.
Right.
And the compounds are based off plant reactions anyway.
Right.
So then I read in the Bible that you are of the earth, you will go back to the earth, everything needs is on earth. And I said, food. So I looked up NC State and saw that they had a food science program, and I called them up and
enrolled.
Let
me ask you a question. I'm about to turn the conversation a minute, because I haven't talked to somebody with your type of education about this since COVID. What do you think about that vaccine? How fast that took? Because you're educated in it. Was it a little weird for you?
I mean, yeah,
because it takes a long time to develop vaccines, right?
They definitely didn't go through the 4 phases of approval. Definitely didn't go through the 4 phases of approval. So you got phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4.
Because people that knew you were calling you, right? All your family was like, "Hey, should I take this?"
Yeah, they hit me up. And so I'm like, the first 2 phases is just dosing. You know what I'm saying? And then phase 3 and 4, that's on efficiency. And efficiency only has to be 30%. You feel me? For most drugs, it's low.
He said, it's low. It's low.
Yeah, it's low. The bar is not that high.
But if you take it 3 times, it's 90%.
Well,
I'm just kidding.
That's fudging. That's fudging. So out of 10 people, it only got to work for 3 people.
That's it.
And it's approved.
And it's good.
It's good.
Put it out there.
Sell it. Move the product. But so yeah, I mean so I worked on RNA vaccines for the company I got laid off for. I helped them develop their RNA vaccine for 2 years before I got laid off.
Yeah. And
I got that job because my dissertation project for my master's was doing RNA isolation and RNA synthesis. So I actually knew about the technology on how to allow the body to be able to recognize, or condition the body to be able to recognize a pathogen. A pathogen is something that's not supposed to be there. You know what I'm saying? So in theory and in application, the technology, which is designed to give the immune system something to recognize to go seek and destroy.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
And you keep saying
good.
RNA. That's research and application, right?
No. What R&D is research and development. Yeah. RNA is ribonucleic acid.
Ah, okay. So that's how stupid I am. See?
No, it's you just ain't never what I'm saying, ain't never did it before. Ain't never studied it.
I never did it.
So RNA. So genes are expressed as, or genes are transcribed or expressed as RNA, and they're translated into protein.
Yeah.
So the RNA is the form that comes straight from the DNA. It's transcribed into RNA. It's translated into a protein.
All right.
So
you getting this, Bailey?
So that RNA sequence is what was put into the vaccine for the cells, for the RNA to get into the cells with the nanoparticles, lipid nanoparticles, and that signal was translated into a protein, the spike protein,
right,
that was a part of the COVID virus that your immune system is to get prepped on, to get recognized on. Yeah.
So you obviously all that. You can make good barbecue sauce because that's just a new thing, right? That's just that's just it's better, tastes better, puts a smile on your face.
So my grandpa trained me on processes that allowed us to make sauces healthy.
Okay.
So the reason why Num Num sauce is a distinctive product, because we've developed the technology to regulate flavor profiles without adding all extra salt.
Okay.
Which means that we can now use condiments to deliver nutrients, phytonutrients, plant nutrients that help increase the body's functionality.
Right.
So maximize the body's performance based off of the antioxidants, which lycopene is, which is what makes tomatoes red, to increase your metabolism, because that's what lycopene does. It increases your metabolic rate and your natural antioxidant defense system.
Did your granddad help you develop this?
Yes.
So y'all went in the kitchen together and did this? That's exciting. That's cool, man.
He trained me on how to make sauce using his finger.
Yeah, here.
Put this in here. Put this that. Put this. So when he did that and told me to take it back to North Carolina with me,
right?
Shake it up. Take it back to North Carolina with you. And so I put it in the refrigerator. I ain't think nothing of it. I'm in grad school. I'm working, so I ain't got time. So I messed around and was hungry one day and seen that sauce in there. Had nothing else in my refrigerator but a steak. Man, put that thing on the grill. I was off that day. Put that sauce on it at the end. Man, that joint was so good. I called my grandpa. I said, "Gramps, man, that sauce was good, man, on that steak." He said, "That's my daddy's sauce." So after I used it all up, I was left with an empty bottle. So I had to redo what he trained me on. You feel me?
So you did it in your kitchen?
Yeah, I was in North Carolina. He in Daytona. So in pharmaceuticals, we do everything by weights.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't do volume. You do everything by weight. You weigh it out. So I figured out what he did and came up with my own little concoction.
Right.
And I'm like, okay. So I started writing everything down. You feel me? Quantifying. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So so that's how I started my version. But my version ain't what he showed me.
Right.
You feel me? Over the years, I evolved it and developed my own process. But I use his as my foundation. But going back to school, taking them classes, food chemistry, food micro, sensory science, I was able to develop a technology on how to regulate the sodium out of it, but still have it taste good by manipulating the lycopene, which is the antioxidant that's in tomatoes.
That's great. That's awesome. So where are you at right now? Where can I buy this at?
This is at Whole Foods Market.
Whole Foods.
In 7 states.
Cool.
We in Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, and Florida. So
and are these the only 2 sauces you have right now?
I got 4 actually.
Okay.
So that's mild.
So this is the mild barbecue.
That's the mild. We got mild. We got hot tomato base, mild tomato base. We got mustard and spicy mustard. Yes.
So this is the not the spicy. Oh, that's
spicy
the
mustard.
Spicy mustard.
Yeah.
All right. What's next?
Well, scaling is next.
Okay. How we gonna do that?
We about to collaborate with a multinational.
There you go.
Because the FDA put out a federal guidance to lower the sodium in all the foods by 2031.
Okay.
By 12%, in order to make sure Americans can be healthy. Because sodium constricts arteries, and it decreases metabolic rate because the arteries are constricted. So actually, what helps prevent COVID is high metabolism. So vasodilation. So that's why kids aren't getting as sick as older people who got depressed metabolism and extra fat.
But it's not just COVID; it's everything.
It's everything.
High metabolism, it's everything.
Right.
So, all diseases, all germs.
Right. You got a high metabolism, you're more healthy. You got a low metabolism, you're screwed. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So with our products, with our condiments, because we're able to lower the sodium, which allows the tomato products to be superfoods, and also mustard products to be superfoods because they increase metabolism. We have a healthy alternative because we're able to cut out all the extra salt.
That's awesome. Yeah, salt's bad for you, right?
Well, before num sauce.
Yeah, it's right.
So to get that message out there to educate the people, we got to scale with a multinational partner, basically.
Tell some of our entrepreneurs out there something you've learned in all this process that maybe help them out.
There are no shortcuts. No shortcuts to this thing. You know what I'm saying? So
gotta work through it.
You gotta do everything. You got to know what you're doing before you can outsource stuff.
Right.
Because when you outsource stuff, that's an expense, extra expense. And you lose quality.
That's
but
right.
if you don't know what you're doing and how much it costs you to do it, how you gonna outsource it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
So
makes perfect sense.
So that's why people lose money, or that's why they say you can't just throw money at a business. Because if you got a big budget, you just throwing money at it, but you don't understand the nuances because you ain't did the work.
Yeah, I never had that. I guess that luxury of throwing money. I had to just keep selling. Nobody give me money. I had to make it myself.
Right. That's real. That's so. That's
go hit another door, Jade. Ain't nobody giving you no money.
Yeah, keep knocking. You know what I'm saying? But in that process, you learning stuff. You're learning the model. You're developing the model. So that's the first thing. Ain't no shortcut. Don't expect no shortcut. Yeah. Don't expect nobody to come help you. You feel me? Because
I've been there. Yeah.
Because they ain't coming to help you. You feel me? If anything, they
doorbell's not ringing.
No, it's not ringing. So and enjoy the process of learning, because I was told when I first started by a colleague I was working in for Pfizer. I used to work for Pfizer. With me, he said, man, he already knew we was gonna get to this point. He said, Mike, enjoy the process. He said, because once you figure everything out, it's gonna get boring to you, and it ain't gonna be fun no more. Just like when you going up a mountain, the fun is the hard part of the mountain. Once you get to the top, it's like, okay, I'm up here now. You know what I'm saying? What I'm gonna do now? Now you got to go back down. But so enjoy the process, enjoy the challenges, and don't expect no shortcuts, but be diligent in your quest. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Because that's what the value is in that learning.
That's good
process.
Advice right there. That's good advice. What how can the community help you out? What do you need?
Shoot.
Who you trying to meet?
I'm trying to right now. We need to get some influencers. We need to spread the word that condiments are healthy. Condiments can lower your risk factors for heart disease by virtue of the lycopene in the tomato, which makes tomatoes red. The antioxidant lowers your risk factors for heart disease. Lowers C-reactive protein, which is a pro-inflammatory cytokine that's associated with heart disease. Lowers inflammatory biomarkers, but people don't know that.
You're right.
So we need to.
No, I just want to pour it on my food and eat it.
Yeah, right. And so that's the sciencey way, but that I just described it. But it enhances the flavor. Num sauce enhances the flavor profile of your food, and also vegetables. So that's why we don't just put it in the barbecue sauce category.
Right.
Because it's good on veggies, zucchini, squash, onions, green beans, kale. This one is great on cruciferous greens, kale, raw spinach, stuff like that. So it's a palletizer, and it's a delivery vehicle for antioxidants, which increases your metabolism.
That's cool, man. I'm gonna buy these from you right now, and I'm gonna take them home and eat them.
All right, we appreciate.
Thanks
the
for coming
support.
out, man. Burn the ship, dude. It's awesome.
Burn the shit,
Anybody got
man.
any influencers out there that want to get involved with Num Num? How do I get a hold of you?
Instagram, Num Num Sauce, one word. Website, www.numnumsauce.com. We trying to get at micro influencers, major influencers, anybody in Atlanta, Shaq,
Call him out. Charles Barkley.
Charles Barkley, Lil Baby, any actors, any athletes. We need some powerful influencers that we can partner with to spread the concept that sauces are healthy, and we got the technology to scale. And we're looking to grow tomatoes in Georgia and Florida and South Carolina, North Carolina, so we can bring tomato processors to the South and create economic development jobs here through manufacturing and bioprocessing.
Nice. Y'all heard it. Num Num Sauce. Go get it. Whole Foods. Out. Y'all be kind to each other. Done.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So that's the other reason why we're not.
Are these for you? Can I?